Good evening, YouTube. It is 10 p.m. in the great state of Texas, and since we're doing an evening project, I just wanted to show you how beautiful West Texas sunsets can be. Even though the weather here is crazy a lot of the time, we have some of the best sunsets ever. So that's just kind of what it looks like when the sun goes down on my side of town. And then since we're doing an evening project, I thought, let's get some coffee on board too, because it's gonna take every little bit of energy to get this project done. And we haven't done a cool little intro in a long time, but I need to get better about filming stuff. And I'm not wearing a long sleeve shirt because it is nice and warm. It is 61 degrees this evening in the great state of Texas, at least where I live, and it's about 6 p.m. And what we're doing today is fixing something that I messed up a couple of months back. It's this dirty, disgusting bowl. Not that one, that's another project that you guys are going to see a little bit later, but this guy. So I ended up making this project as a bonus a couple of months ago, and it looks absolutely disgusting. So what I ended up doing was just stacking pine on top of each other, taking a torch to it, and then I thought I would be creative and put a Dremel on it, and it just turned out absolutely disgusting, and it doesn't look good. It's full of lacquer, and admittingly I put way too much lacquer on there, and now it has like this slimy wax kind of feel to it. So what I decided to do for this project was to initially just fix it or try to make it look better and presentable, because I really didn't like it so much that I just wanted to throw it away. So I figured this would just be a nice, redo kind of project. And if you guys saw my YouTube shorts on Friday, I initially was going to release this at 10 a.m. However, I decided to take a last-minute vacation and leave town and get away for a little bit. So that's the big reason why you guys are watching this at 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. So don't worry, we're going to go back to our regular scheduled program next week, 10 a.m. videos every Sunday, right? So initially, what my biggest fear with this project is that the lip of the bowl was going to kind of just shatter off. So you guys are watching this in about 2x speed, and I'm just taking the round carbide tool there and just trying to initially take off all those little punch divots that I have there. And I was surprised that it was a lot deeper than I initially thought, and I was really thinking I'm not going to have enough material to actually build anything, or at least save this project, because it was so damaged from the previous project. So the bowl itself was a little meatier than I intended, so it's a disgusting looking bowl when I started it. So luckily there was a lot of material left to kind of work with, and I didn't really have any cool ideas of what I wanted to do. I just knew that I needed to clean it up, get all those little divots out of it, and just like make something a little bit more presentable. So essentially all we're doing here is just fixing the surface by gouging it out, using the flat carbide tool, and then just making a nice bowl shape. I can't flip it over on the other side where the mortise is, so I'm just having to kind of just make that V shape with the square tool and just try to take off as much material as possible, going really slow, being really methodical about it, not getting too aggressive with the chisels. The great thing about this project is that it's pine, so it's a very nice soft wood, and pine is one of my favorite woods to work with because it's easy to work with. It doesn't usually give me a lot of problems, and that's why it's one of my favorite woods to work with. So once I got the surface portion off, I knew that we just had to be really delicate with it. There's a lot of divots and holes and gouges and parts where the actual pallet wood didn't attach all the way, so I'm just starting and stopping the lathe, just trying to check and see where we are. And now we're working on the lip of the bowl here, getting all those nice craters out as much as possible, but still trying to save enough material to where we'll have something to work with here in just a bit. So this part goes usually pretty good. This project was overall pretty easy. Not a whole lot of problems. I liked this particular project because you really had to be slow and methodical and really have a lot of patience with it. Usually, if you guys watched, I think it was like last week's video, I got a little emotional with the working of the bowl and kind of had a flip out when I was working with that black palm. But take your time, be methodical, be very slow and meticulous about what you're doing, and that's what we're we're doing here. I had the parting tool really close to the chuck there, and I was just trying to take off that burnt char material that was already off. You can see me here just trying to round it out, get it nice and flat so that it's nice and even, just like the rest of the bowl itself. And that part really, didn't take much. That was pretty easy. You can still see all the little divots and everything there. So the bowl itself is, basically just molding back to its original form here. And then all we're doing is taking the square carbide tool, doing pretty much the same thing, going on the inside and just trying to get that char off. And luckily I had saved so much material that, I had plenty left to work with. But my fear was that I was going to hit the edge and then I was going to have like a blowout and everything was going to break, and then this video would have just been even worse. But luckily I really just took my time here and didn't have a whole lot of issues. And once I got that done, I just came back with one of the smaller round carbide tools and just working off the material as much as possible. And really, just was happy about salvaging something. So now I'm just getting a feel for how much material is left, and then we start my favorite part, which this is another reason why I like to work with pine. It's really easy to sand, and I already knew that I was going to char it again, so I really didn't go too into depth with the sanding. We went from 50 grit to 80 grit, and that was it. We didn't do much else with it. So once we did that, this is kind of what it looks like. So you saw what it looked like in the beginning and from the thumbnail, and it still looks pretty disgusting. And I didn't want to stain it or anything. You still see these large cracks and everything, but I just wanted to char it again and not use those divots. The actual lip of the bowl looks really good. It's a nice thinner shape, nice and round, and it looks a whole lot better. So doing my favorite thing here is just taking the torch to it and then just burning the hell out of it. And then I'm going to come back, and you guys aren't going to see this part. I'm just going to take some lacquer and cover it. And I need to get better about working with the lacquer, and I'm using spray lacquer this time, so it goes on nice and even, unlike my last time when I did it. It looked all waxy. But this is what it looks like. Really happy how this turned out. Like I said, we're going to go back to doing morning videos next Sunday. But hey, keeping the streak alive and just enjoying the weekend. So hope you guys liked it. Hope you got something out of it, and more videos to come. Hope everybody has a good evening. All right, peace. All right, so project is done, and this guy looks a lot better than he did before. So the title of this one was Fixing Hot Garbage. So it still might be a garbage bowl, but it looks a lot better than when we started, in my opinion, because it's just a boring pine bowl. But overall, I think it came out really good. And you guys are watching this obviously at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. because I hadn't had a video. Some things came up, and my wife wanted to take a last-minute trip. And YouTube is not that important to me. I like making these videos, but real life is a lot better than making videos and going on vacation and doing stuff. And so what if you don't always get to make a video when you want to? But the streak is technically alive. Sunday, we are releasing a video. So it might not be at the same time, but we did get to release the video. So this was originally gonna be the video anyway. I just ran out of time with my job and work and obligations of being an adult. So video got done, and was really happy how it turned out. Something simple and basic. Trying to fix some other things so that we can get some other projects going on the channel. But overall, pretty happy with it. If there's any YouTubers out there that think that this is all that they have to do, your whole real life is going by as you're trying to make time for other stuff. But do what you enjoy. Don't feel obligated to do stuff. Because I'm like, hey, I want to make a video, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of going on vacation. So anyway, hope you guys liked it. Hope you got something out of it. Nothing too exciting, but anyway, today is, what is today, by the way? Today is February 25th of 2024. You guys are literally watching this. It is 7-11. It is literally 7-11 right now. So you guys are going to watch this in 3 hour-ish. So hope you guys liked it. I'm going to be watching TV and going to sleep. So catch you in the next one. All right, stop rambling. Bye.